Hey, 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 happy holidays. It's another episode of Soul Care Conversations with Berea, and it has definitely been a minute. So I have been in the process of transitioning towards the end of this year, moving around a lot. I've been a bi-coastal mama, living from coast to coast, from the north to the south, to the west, to the east. And I am back with another episode. And this episode is going to be accompanied by a video. I am still growing and learning in my videography skills. And I want my next video to really be a step above the last YouTube video that I did. So today's episode is about having a break to have a breakthrough. If you follow me on my socials, if you follow me on Instagram, if you follow me on TikTok, I was talking about an elopement. So if you have known me personally, or if you kind of seen some of my content, I talked about how I was planning this big extravagant wedding in 2020. I was actually planning to get married on my grandmother's birthday, and life just happened. And it seems like ever since 2020, life has just been happening. So in one of my last episodes of 2023, I just want to tap into the power of having a break to have a breakthrough. One thing I absolutely love about having a podcast, it is like, not only is the goal for it to be self-therapy or soul care, inspiration for any listener, but it's also kind of like a self-therapy for me, because it's like a space, a safe space that I've created for myself to talk about things that, unless you know me personally, I may not talk about. And it is such a blessing to know that someone can listen to this, whether they're driving in their car, whether they are cleaning up their house, or just mindlessly scrolling, that they can hear something from what I'm saying and feel a sense of inspiration, or a sense of just something that I've said has sparked a thought that they can relate to, or a confirmation of something that they've been thinking. So it's always a blessing to be able to use this platform for that. But what I have realized over the years, I have kind of felt discouraged. And I think one of the biggest reasons why I felt discouraged is because I've just been on go for so long, and I have not properly, over the years, I had to recognize I didn't properly create a balance between working really hard and also playing really hard. And this year really was probably one of my most, one of my most lax years, professionally, personally, in a very long time. This is the first time I actually tried to give myself a break, which I still feel like I did not give myself as good of a break as I needed to. But I kind of had to step away from a lot of things that I wanted to do in order to get a clearer point of view. And I know we live in this kind of like hustle culture where you got to hustle really hard, you got to work really hard, and it's a thought process where if, scared money don't make money type of world that we live in, where it's like, if you're not hustling, if you're not hustling, bustling, then you're lame, so to speak. But there are so many things that has happened to me that has never happened to me health-wise, that made me realize, okay, you have passed the threshold of your 20s. You have begun your 30s. This is the year for me to start my journey into my 30s, and it was a very humbling year, but also a very much needed year, a very spiritually cleansing year. So for me, it was realizing that I needed a break to really have that breakthrough that I really needed. Like I've probably said in previous episodes, I feel like there was a life that I had before 2020 and there was a life that I had prior to 2020. And I think one of the hardest things that I realized during this year of trying to give myself a break in certain aspects is that I realized that my circle of support was not as strong as my circle of influence. Meaning that there are so many people that I know who can count on me, who can reach out to me, who can, if at any opportunity I can help them or reach out to them or show them love, they will do that for me. However, in my season of taking a break to have a breakthrough, I realized that my circle of support wasn't as large as I expected it to be. And I realized that, in order to succeed in certain areas, you have to create a circle of support. And me, one of those people who have kind of like had to outgrow or learn and dissect why I have this hyper independence where I don't know how to accept help without feeling awkward, or how to accept, support without feeling awkward. Like literally, I have been nursing on demand for a year and a half now, almost a year and a half now. So approximately 17 months now. And that journey in and of itself, has been a journey. And unless you, have really kind of like tapped into or experienced or taken the time to understand the world of being a nursing mom, it is crazy. The average breastfeeding mother works more hours than the average person who's working a 9 to 5. And so compound that or add that to the fact that I'm also working on trying to build a brand and working on trying to build my career in a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Fast-paced industry. And, taking all these different pivots in my career and taking all these different pivots in what I want to pursue. It's been tough. And I think one of the biggest things that a person has to realize when they realize they need to take a break is that life is not a race. It doesn't matter what the person is doing down the street. It doesn't matter what the person is doing even next door, the person that is right in your bed is doing. You have to listen to yourself. We all have a unique life journey. We all have unique obstacles that we face. We all have different, aspects of healing that we have to confront. And I don't think there's anyone walking this earth that is completely healed. I don't think there's anyone walking this earth that is just walking in perfection. I don't think there's anyone walking this earth that has arrived. We all have different areas of our life where either we need to take a break, step back from something and take a better look at it in order to have a breakthrough in that area of our lives, or we have areas in our lives that we have yet to realize that we need a break to have a breakthrough. Taking a break to have a breakthrough is so important. If there's a certain area in your life, whether it is a financial journey that you are, whether it is a weight loss journey that you're on, whether it is a family relationship that you're working on, whether it is, any aspect of your life where it is you are looking for a breakthrough, sometimes it's important to consider the fact that maybe you just need a break. A break. A break doesn't mean the ending or you being complacent or you're settling. It means that you're pressing pause to reflect and pray and or pray, meditate, journal, get advice from a wise counsel on what to do with this situation. And that is what I've been doing, is taking a break to have a breakthrough. And there are so many reasons why this year I moved slower than I have ever have. And my goal for next year is to just really stop sitting on my brilliance, stop sitting on my talent. Because what has happened is I found myself feeling burnt out. And this burnt out energy, when you feel burnt out, you may have all this creativity, all this intelligence, all of this smarts, all of these great ideas. But if you can't, if your candle has burnt out, then it's really hard to properly execute your potential, execute the things that are the foundation or make up the potential of what God has put on your spirit and your heart to do. And so for me, I had to be very honest with myself and really kind of audit all areas of my life right now and really just ask myself, girl, are you listening to yourself? Are you listening to your body? Are you listening to your thoughts? Are you listening to your heart? And when I say listen to your heart, there are some people out there who are they just think they are just the most emotionally intelligent people in the world. And they think that listening to your heart is a crime. It's not a crime. And as you get deeper into your spiritual learning, you may feel like sometimes the heart can trick you. Sometimes the heart is a manifestation of certain ignorances that we have. Yeah, cool. But when I say listen to your heart, that means listen to the depths of who you are. When you eliminate the ego, when you eliminate all other people's expectations, what's left? What is that burning desire? What are those things that you just feel it's meant for you to do? As a wise person once says, something that comes to you naturally and you just cannot stop thinking about, that is something that is linked to your life purpose. And I'm a firm believer that you don't just have one life purpose. You can have multiple life purposes. And you can also have multiple callings in your life to fulfill in different stages of your life. I think it's so important that whenever you are bombarded with new information is to really examine it and see how it is truly relevant to your reality. And then taking it a step further, analyzing your reality. What is the makeup of your reality? What is the makeup of your belief system? Auditing my life during this break, I wasn't just like, I'm just pretending like this problem or this situation or whatever it is that I need to do doesn't exist. I am pressing pause with doing anything immediately in action to really just analyze what is the next best step here. What is the next best step for me before I make any other move on the Monopoly board, before I move my piece on the game of life, on my game board of life. What would be my next best move with this particular aspect of my life or that particular aspect of my life? So having a break to have a breakthrough. 2020, and you'll see in my video, I had one dress that I picked out. They say it's always bad luck to show people your wedding dress. Too many people your wedding dress. And I kind of feel like I don't necessarily believe in a lot of those superstitious tales, but I felt like it was I felt like that played a part maybe in just all the decisions and choices that I made on the terms of wedding. Everything just went felt like it was going sour. And so I decided that I'm just waiting and waiting for this perfect moment, as well as me and my partner waiting for the perfect moment to, tie the knot. And it's just like so much has happened, and you cannot let, money, or you let people's judgment, or you let different aspects of your life dictate you doing what you feel is the best thing to do. And so as I dive deeper into when I do my video part 2, I love a part 2. It's like I've been the part 2 queen, which I am coming out with a couple of more episodes before 2023 is out. It is December 31st. I have a couple more episodes coming out today. But this is just another candid conversation about having a break to have a breakthrough. What are those areas of your life where you just need a break? You just need a moment to just kind of like take a break. Take a pause, analyze what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done right now. A break to have a breakthrough. The importance of taking a break. It was challenging my perfectionism. I am a perfectionist. So being a perfectionist, that means that I'm always working on getting something to be perfect. And I really had to take a lot of time alone in isolation. And, for some people, being alone can feel uncomfortable. Learning to make time for yourself, it teaches you how to become more present in life overall. I realized one of the main reasons why I needed to take a break is so that I can become more present in life. I found myself, I'm here, there, everywhere. I'm so far ahead in the future. My brain is thinking about 5 years from now. My brain was thinking about, okay, when my son becomes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or when I'm thinking about, okay, this is where I want to be at this stage of my life. And I'm so deep into the future, which, is always amazing to always be proactive in life. However, I was so deep into the future that I was not in the present moment. And I could never really feel like in the present moment, I feel this genuine sense of just complete joy. I may have random moments of joy, but overall, I felt like because I was being so hard on myself and not giving myself a break and giving myself grace, I'm always just so stuck in the future that I haven't had time to be present in my life overall. So that's another important aspect of taking a break. It helps you, make time for yourself. And also, when you actually take time for yourself, it really enhances your relationship with everyone else. When you're able to step away and be not, I guess you can call it selfish a little bit, but not selfish, but being, giving yourself grace and taking the time out to just, give yourself this time, because I felt like emotionally and spiritually, I was just drained. And I felt like pouring into everyone else. And it's just like my well was running dry, and I had to take a break to refill my well. And I am still in that season of taking a break to have a breakthrough. And it is a journey. Life is a journey. It's not a competition. Life is a journey. It is not a race. Life is a unique journey. So that does not mean that your journey is supposed to look exactly like the other person's journey, or if your journey is similar to someone else's, that you're supposed to have the same type of kind of like, goals, life goals and things like that. So, even in the world of podcasting, I had such a grand vision of what I wanted to do with having a podcast, being someone who has over 10 years of experience working in, the space where you are, speaking over a broadcast, but it seems like I have not ever been able to really fully be in spaces that really, nurtured my light. I wouldn't say every space that I've been in has kind of hindered my light. I don't believe that at all. I feel like every space and everything that has happened in my life up until this point has helped me with my light. Even those things that were set up to destroy my light, they actually in the end has helped me to build my light, to see my light in the darkness, to see my light in the darkness of even my own pain that I have, continuously learned to heal along my journey. So it's just like taking a break allows you to also boost your sense of creativity, strengthen your mind. It gives you time to kind of like strengthen your spiritual, your spiritual muscle. As a wise person once said, for every physical thing, there is a spiritual counterpart. And that is such a loaded, wise statement. That as I grow along my journey and constantly trying to be a student of life, I'm really learning exactly what that person meant. But this is just a little quick candid conversation on taking a break. To the woman that just feels like she gotta be perfect all the time, sis, take that break. And I come from a lineage of women who never ever fully gave themselves a break. I wish I could go back into the hands of time and talk to my grandmother and, ask her, hey, grandma, why don't you give yourself a break to have that breakthrough in certain aspects of your life? You pouring into everybody around you to the point where it's making you sick, to the point where it is deteriorating your health. And sometimes people around us will not give us a break, will not understand why we are taking a break. They just, some people just, it's not that they don't care. It's just that their empathy, doesn't expand enough for them to fully understand the capacity or the depths of what you're going through. Sometimes people are so in their own world that they don't understand. So I had to realize that I can't keep looking for people to validate certain decisions I make in terms of taking a break from certain things. Some people just don't understand. But that comes with the beauty of understanding yourself so deeply that even if everyone around you is confused as heck about who you are and what you are, you having that, being locked in with yourself kind of protects you from the effects of people misunderstanding you, right? So, effects is like, for me, there has been certain personal relationships that has been affected, and I had to step away, take a break, and then come back to it once I feel like I have fully understood and dissected what needs to be done with that situation, and came back to it, and I've seen a breakthrough, right? So, my biggest piece of advice for anyone who is willing to receive it or give it consideration is that look at the areas of your life where you need a break in order to have a breakthrough. And what do I mean by breakthrough? In order to see a certain level of progress that makes you feel at peace with that particular thing. But that is just my 2 cents for now. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Soul Care Conversations. And one little last thing. This is a season when everyone is talking about 2024. Time to prepare for 2024 or the new year. For those who may not hear this until who knows when, I'm definitely recording this on the 31st. And before the new year of 2024, the 31st of December of 2023. And everyone's just talking about, the new year. This is a season where it's just like we want to embrace newness, new us, new mindset, new habits, new this. And, it's kind of like that. Everybody thinks that soon as the clock strikes January 1st, 2024, 12 a.m., whatever standard times you have, that things are just going to magically change. Like something just happens in our brain where we think that. And I get it. That's cute. But I just want to suggest to anyone, don't let the pressure of time dictate how you take a break. Because I'm not going into 2024, me personally, feeling like, okay, soon as 2024 hit, I got to do X, Y, Z. I got to stop taking a break. Nope. There are certain areas of my life where I am still taking a break because I really feel like it's needed for me to have that personal breakthrough. So, yep. Thank you for listening to your girl. Another soul care session. I hope you leave this podcast episode feeling inspired. Love and light.